Graphing piecewise functions on your NSpire calculators is really simple. First thing you're going to do is open a graph screen and tab to get your input line, and then to access the menu you see here on the screen, the screenshot on the left, to get this menu of options to pop up, you're going to click the little button right here, which is right beside the 9 button. So it's the left toggle side of that will give you this set of choices. And when this little set of choices pops up, you'll use your arrow buttons or your touchpad to move the cursor over and select the one that you see highlighted in blue here. And this one has the 2 pieces, and you'll notice that right beside it there's one that has 3, and that's really for 3 or more pieces to a piecewise function if you wanted it to graph something larger. So, and if you do use the one with more than 2 rows, you'll get a little window that pops up and lets you tell it how many pieces are there, so it can give you the right size template to work from. So then when you select that, when you click enter after you've highlighted that option, this is what you should see in the upper left corner of this screen. You should see this is your input. And then once you select that, if we're going to do number 50 from your 1-3 homework, so let me write that out right quick right here, because it just occurred to me that we haven't in this separate video mentioned what that is. We're going to look at f of x equals the absolute value of x for x less than 0, and then we're going to look at x squared if, that's terrible x, let me try that again, if x is greater than or equal to 0. That's what we're graphing. So since the first thing we need here is that absolute value, now I'm going to show you how to get to that. Well, the great thing about it is that it's right back in that same spot we just went to get the template to start with. So if you hit that same button right beside the 9, you'll see all these options. And the absolute value bar, let me erase my 0 I drew on top of it, because the blue highlighted little box, see, there's your bars. And that's the easiest way to get an absolute value. So again, once you get that highlighted, hit enter, and it will put the absolute value in the box, and then you arrow from box to box to type your function in. And then when you do that, and all the pieces, so of course, let me erase this green mark and go in detail here just in case there's any confusion at all. And so in the very first box, which is what we were just getting our absolute value for, you would type the x in there. And then you would arrow or slide your cursor over to this box beside it to tell it that that's only good for x less than 0. And then you would cursor down and left to go here and type in x squared, and then use your cursor, move your cursor around to get into this box to type x greater than or equal to 0. And then once you type all that in and hit enter, you will see this graph. And that's how you do it. Pure and simple.